Now today, Acer is debuting its super ultra portable laptop with a spacious 16-inch 4K plus OLED display. That's right, we have not seen this before. I know we're going to be looking at the LG Gram 16 in a few days or so. That's really good in its own right, but this takes it to another level with a 4K plus display. It's also got the Ryzen 7 6000 series processor powering all this, and it also has a really nice look. It's a black finish on it, very sleek and modern. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my unboxing and first look at the brand new Acer Swift Edge, all new for 2022. Coming up.
Now, before we get to the unboxing, I want to let everyone know, in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by Acer. I'm not being sponsored by Acer. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own. Acer is not getting copy approval. That means they're seeing this video for the first time, just like you. Now, this review unit is on loan from Acer, and once this review is done, I'll be sending it back. Now, you can pick up the Acer Swift Edge over at Costco as configured here today with my review unit with the price of $1499.99. For those interested, I'll leave a link in the description below for more information and where you can buy one. And with the specs and pricing out of the way, let's find out what you get inside the box. Let's open it up. Lifting the lid, you're greeted by the unit itself. We're going to get to that in just a moment, but first let's see what else you get. You get some documentation along with a 65-watt USB-C power charger. And of course, you get the unit itself, and holding it for the first time, I'm simply blown away on how super lightweight this is at only 1.17 kilograms or 2.58 pounds. That's slightly lighter than the LG Gram 16. Now, this chassis is made of a magnesium aluminum alloy that's 20% lighter and twice as durable than aluminum alone. So that makes this pretty sturdy and pretty durable. And a lot of times you'll notice with a magnesium chassis that there's a lot more flex than you'd get with aluminum alone. Here, it seems a little bit more rigid, a little bit more firm, and that's something we like to see. That's good. Okay, let's check out the port selection. On the left side, you get two USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 ports, and they are full function, supporting data, charge, and display out. Next to that is a USB-A port. It's a USB 3.2 Gen 1 port, and next to that is an HDMI port. That's always a welcome addition. Moving over to the right side is a 3.5mm microphone headphone combo jack. Next to that is another USB-A port, and next to that is a Noble lock port, and that rounds out the ports on this laptop. I would say all in all a pretty good port selection, but notably missing, there's no SD card reader. Now, Acer makes it pretty easy to get inside this laptop. All you need to do is remove the 10 T5 Torx screws, pry off the bottom plate with either a guitar pick or a pry tool, and you're in. It's that easy. Now, once inside, you'll notice a single fan for cooling. We'll get into the thermals in the full review, and you'll also notice that it has a 54-watt, 3-cell lithium-ion battery. We'll get into the battery life and charging times as well in that upcoming full review. But as far as what's user upgradable, the SSD is user upgradable, and my review unit has 1 terabyte of PCIe NVMe Gen 4 SSD storage. And as you can see from these reads and writes, I would say that's pretty fast. That's pretty good here for 2022. Now, unfortunately, the RAM is soldered into the motherboard, so you won't be able to upgrade it yourself. And my review unit has 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5 RAM, and it is running in dual channel mode. Now, you can configure this with up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, so that's actually pretty good. So when you're checking out, make sure you get enough RAM for your needs. And as far as the wireless is concerned, this has Wi-Fi 6E along with Bluetooth 5.2. Now, the good news is that combo card is slotted in. It's not soldered in, so if you want to change it out down the road, you have that option. And as far as the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth, both working very well. No issues with either one. Okay, folks, let's talk about the display, and I can tell you it is absolutely gorgeous. What we're looking at here is a 16-inch OLED display with a resolution of 3840 by 2400, and yes, that is a 4K plus resolution, and it also has a 60 hertz refresh rate with a 1 millisecond response time. Now, they're claiming 400 nits in terms of the brightness. I actually measured 415 nits, even higher, so that's really good. It's got certified True Black HDR 500, and it has a low blue light filter. Now, watching the high dynamic range content on this has been excellent with that HDR 500 rating, and it also has excellent coverage of the color gamut, and it also is extremely color accurate. So if you're a content creator, this is a display you can definitely do Lightroom, Photoshop, video editing, and color grading. It's excellent. It has all the hallmarks of an OLED display, the really deep blacks, the super vibrant colors that just pop off the display, and the really high contrast. It's all there. Now, one thing to note, it is a glossy display. You will notice some glare and reflections depending on your lighting conditions. And it's also a 60 hertz display. There is no option for a higher refresh rate, which is a little bit disappointing, but not totally unexpected, as that will definitely eat into the battery life. And there is also no touch option on this. It is a non-touch display. And my overall takeaway is this display is simply stunning. You don't normally see the 16-inch OLED display on such a thin and light ultra portable. This is the exception. So what do you think about the new camera here on this Acer Swift Edge, brand new here for 2022? It's a full HD camera, 1080p video. What do you think about it for your work from home needs, your hybrid work needs, as we progress to that? And as far as video quality and audio quality from these array mics, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. This is not an IR camera, so you cannot log in with face recognition, but there is a fingerprint scanner that allows you to log in with Windows Hello, for those wondering. So that's been pretty good, but I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about this camera? I am curious to know. And for those wondering, yes, you can open the lid with one finger. Now, as far as the keyboard itself, it's a little bit on the shallow side, and the initial testing so far, I thought it was pretty good. The tactility was pretty decent, but a little bit shallow in terms of that key travel. Again, I'll report my findings in the upcoming full review. I'd say it's decent so far. And it also has a multi-stage backlight. That's going to help out when you want to get work done in a dark room or a dimly lit environment. Now, as far as the touchpad, I thought it was pretty spacious, pretty responsive in terms of the two-finger scrolling, and the gestures working as you'd expect. So far, so good on that front. Now, so far, the thermals in terms of the surface temperatures, never getting overly hot, never too hot to the touch, remain relatively cool. I'll talk more about the thermals, the surface temperatures, and of course, the fan noise in the upcoming full review, as I just received this from Acer. Now, when it comes to performance, this has a CPU that's actually pretty good. It's the AMD Ryzen 7 6800U. That's an 8-core processor with 16 threads. And as you can see from the Geekbench results, these are some initial benchmarks, very respectable numbers, definitely better than the 5000 series we saw from last year. And we're seeing an improvement with the integrated Radeon graphics, definitely a bump up in that department, especially with the 3D Mark Firestrike score and the 3D Mark Time Spy score, both showing improvements year over year. Now, this is going to be perfectly fine for doing everyday tasks such as Microsoft Office, email, web browsing, 1080p video editing, even a light 4K video editing. I think with these Radeon graphics, with these performance increases, you definitely could do some of that. But of course, I would prefer something with a discrete GPU. We're also seeing an improvement in terms of both single-core and multi-core performance year over year, especially on the Cinebench R23, which accounts for any kind of heavy sustained workload that will show any kind of thermal throttling, so nice improvements there as well. I'll have more to say about the performance in the upcoming full review, but these initial benchmarks have me encouraged. I like what I see here. Well, so far so good, ladies and gentlemen. The Acer Swift Edge, just announced today, is looking like a really sweet laptop. I love the fact that this is a super light laptop with a really large 16-inch display, and the performance with that Ryzen 6000 series and the improved integrated Radeon graphics have made a big difference when it comes to performance. Things are looking really good. But of course, I just received this laptop. Let me put it through its paces. Let me run my numbers. Let me run my tests, and we'll get to that final result in the upcoming full review. That will be coming very soon.
So what do you think about this bad boy, the Swift Edge? Really super thin and light, 1.17 kilograms or so. I think it's 2.58 pounds. Super thin and light, as I mentioned. Now the black finish on this is an aluminum magnesium combo here, so it's a little bit stronger than if you would have just magnesium, and it's also 20% stronger than aluminum alone. So this is going to be durable, and it also is super lightweight, so they've accomplished both with that. The black finish will show fingerprints, as you probably see here. It's just unavoidable, so you're going to have to carry a carrying cloth with you. But the star of this show to me has got to be the gorgeous 16-inch 4K plus display that's 3840 by 2400. Excellent coverage of the color gamut, really color accurate, super vibrant colors, the really deep blacks, everything you'd expect from an OLED display is here. This is pretty amazing, actually. So pretty decent port selection, pretty nice overall package. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. Now, I showed you some initial benchmarks, but of course, I just received this from Acer. It's released today, actually. So I have to put it through its paces and bring you my full review. That will be coming very soon. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.